season, blemishes, acne, toxicity, and enlarged pores tend to be exacerbated. The following is a regimen for proactive skin detoxification. First, earth element toner. After cleansing, use this toner with essential oils of lemon, eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, niaouli, rosemary, and thyme. Second, day cream earth for purifying, normalizing the skin with earth day cream with soothing millet extract and rosemary extract to improve overall complexion. Number 3, the night cream earth, again richer than the day cream. This treatment cream is more potent with zinc gluconate, known to be beneficial in the alleviation of acne. Earth yellow clay mask. Number 4, naturally colored and infused with essential oils. This ever moist mask facilitates removal of toxins and normalizes the skin. It's optimum to use earth element Phytothera before applying the clay mask. Just a few drops helps bring clarification to the skin and assists you with emotional balance as well.
Follow for more or gain insight to add energy medicine to your healing practice. Go ahead and visit tonyad.tv/phyto-5 or email info@tonyad.tv, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic being.
Inshallah and ashe. Again, blessings to you, my energetic beings. I totally believe energy is the medicine of the future. Welcome to a mystical Monday. While we're waiting for people to hop on to the live stream, listen to the replay, really taking a breath and a pause. It's in that pause point. So everything in the world is made up of energy, frequency, vibration, and this excelling combination of manifesting this vibration energy is taking form. That's what's on the menu today. It's on the docket. So really holding space for the you, the new you, to come out of that cocoon. That's this excelling energy elevating into our reality. So who you were is beginning to emerge into something who you are wishing, wanting, desiring to be. Just having faith. Do you really have faith? You should. Having faith is this octave, this higher vibration frequency of ourselves. It's on the top of the list, the tippy tops. It should be literally our prime directive. This excelling energy of manifesting, bringing what we have been creating for ourselves into our daily reality. That's what's coming out. It's like coming out of the closet. So what is the tone, you ask? It's the emotional tone of how we envision life that's moving to this newer vibration. That is our prime directive, to really love and protect that synchronicity. Whether it's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, energetic boundaries, all of that's a must to safeguard and protect ourselves from anything and everything trying to literally get under our skin and infiltrate our fantastic, optimistic, otherworldly, hopefully, attitude of positivity and optimism. So take your emotions and really run with them like powder. Do you remember that movie Powder? At least that is what I am feeling like for myself. So you should be feeling the feels of all the joy molecules just bubbling out of our essence, our beingness. You might just feel that sparkling tinglingness. But welcome to today's Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host, and if you are new to my show, my channel, I'm a practicing holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. I do go by the term holistic Sha medium, which is just a choreography of it all. My intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms, our essence of our original divine blueprint, our soul's harmonic, which is on the line here, navigating that with our personal seed sound through these realms, elemental, imaginal, into and through the shamanic portal, that gateway, the 8th energetic center, the cosmos, with these subtle realms, and really so much more. It's like the sauce with offerings, rituals, and prescriptions. Rituals are food for the soul, the otherworldly kind, to really add to your main stage container, those ingredients, your personal container within that starlight, your personal medicine, your prime directive, hopefully just assisting you in discovering or navigating that inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that ultimately I believe we all are, maybe opening the door and reintroducing you to that magical being, the essence of you that resides within you, so that your light shines even brighter, your auric field becomes My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And of course, if you have yet to subscribe, thank you for letting me hit my goal this month, by the way. If you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, YouTube or otherwise. Tonya D, where you're tuning in today on YouTube, and my Musing with Tonya D podcast. Some amazing galactic interviews are happening. But we are in this vibration. We're elevating, we're excelling through time and space and dimensions. It feels a little wonky, a little topsy-turvetish, a little innovation, the unseen. Things are breaking down to get us to break on through to the other side. So the energy of the magic that we are, our unique divine blueprint, our thumbprint, that I am presence, unique and individual to each and every one of us. Our divine magic is unique to you, just as mine is unique to me. If you're not sure what I'm even talking about, Change Your Stars. It's a great offering I have online. I cover this and really so much more. And I'd love, as always, to give a shout out to the new peeps entering into the village, the community, the online choreography here. I give you some validation, a voice of acknowledgement to you and through you, my new friends and guests that are arriving to the show, new subscribers, and also those of you that do tune in. Been a part of my journey since the beginning. Takes a village, a tribe, right? Offerings of gratitude to you and for you as always, along with those of you that tune in later and watch the replay and comment there. I appreciate that. I see you as well. And if you don't mind, of course, hitting the bell button so you get notified, along with the white rabbit. That's what I call the white button, is the white rabbit. And remember, a comment if you are in need of a message. And just remember, sharing is another way of paying it forward. An attitude of gratitude is also a blessing. Being grateful for the little things. And of course, you can also find me on other social channels, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Remember, I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer. But sometimes we do need an otherworldly life coach assistant perspective, myself included, by the way, to really get us out of our own magical way, our own starlight. And the daily snippet, what is the daily snippet all about? This is about the cosmic insights, the planets, the elementals, the 4 pillars of Chinese destiny, the subtle energy centers known as our chakras, the meridians, the pathways, the channels, the channelings, even the auric field, along with a message for our day. But being that we're in the season of Aquarius, it's optimism, it's innovative, it's eccentric, it's a wake-up call even. There's lots of mystical magic that's been happening for us, seeing through the thread lines. But being that we've entered into the season of Aquarius, being that we are in this interdimensional realms, if you will, how was your weekend? Did it fly by so quick due to the manifesting, the fun you're having? So we're kind of experiencing these conscious energies turning into form, taking shape, manifesting. So it's when a part of us imagines something in our life, and from that vision, we begin law of attracting it, making it real. Things are becoming real, the topsy-turvets. You could say that we are excelling and we are making things real. So this energy will feel like we're in these in-between dimensions and states of consciousness, and the side effects can sometimes feel as though we are lacking solid ground. We're uncertain. Maybe you feel as though you are even on shaky ground or unstable ground. But the key asset is to connect to our heart, even saying it out loud, left hand on your heart, that I am connected. It's the best ritual or remedy to really feel grounded in the moment, just knowing I am connected. I sometimes go through an entire channel of consciousness waves of just saying, I am safe, I am love, I am fantastic, I am connected, and you do too. So it's of great importance to shelter ourselves from the unnecessary energies, the outer noise, the static on the vibrational TV. But on a personal note, we are holding loving space and kindness to manifest this new vibration within us, the solidarity of our soul's harmonic, bringing that frequency in our bodies. So it's this new relationship of how we belong within ourselves, vibrating, and the overall entirety of our relationships with ourselves, inside of ourselves, bringing that outdoors. It's like opening the door to a new you, getting a new wardrobe, kind of feels like that. So just encompass all of the consciousness, the states of awareness within ourselves of our personal cosmic soup. So how are our self-love? How is that? What are our feelings, our beliefs, our thoughts, balance, faith, commitment, the actions, our behaviors, all that with it's doing this choreography within ourselves. So we're getting to that place of powder. I'm serious, the movie Powder. The place of getting to the tippy top of all of these states of consciousness and allowing them to just come into this cohesiveness, this oneness, this wholeness of our beingness, of our essence. So we are kind of unifying our signature sound, our unique frequency into one harmonic energy. It's literally like our own music, loving ourselves, allowing ourselves the time that's necessary to make all of this choreography happen, going inward and allowing ourselves to come into this signature seed sound, our soul's energetic harmonic. So the key ingredient is really to allow, it's in the allowing ourselves to really take time and space to practice what it is to be self-love and all the things, protecting ourselves into each of these little bubbles, if you will, to come into form and magnetizing that energy. It's energy to matter. That's the feeling. So just a few announcements real quick. We're still kind of in the interseason of Earth, the season between the seasons. There is a new episode on the highway. Your shift show proves you're a cosmic ninja with Lana, McAra. Great little insight there. And the Rising of the Origins, the kickoff actually was last Tuesday. We set the stage. We did Gift and Purpose on Thursday. I did the bonus on Saturday, the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Black Rabbit, the Yin Water Rabbit. Saturday, register to start or engage in the portal. The replay of the Yin Water Rabbit is actually in the Rising of the Origins corridor on Facebook. And tomorrow we have Connecting the Subtle and the Elemental Realms. And then Thursday we have the Cosmic Soup. The Shamanic Healing Academy, this is for mystics, mages, intuitives, medicine people, a village. We do need an off-grid nomadic village. I am actually adding some more cosmic amazingness to the brew. Other guest artists, if you will, to the Shamanic Healing Academy. First up, I have Rhea. She's going to be part of this, doing some light language transmissions. The Elemental Highway, what's this about? This gives us insight into the elemental foundation of the day. It's also the 4 pillars that you came into when you arrived on planet Earth. I use these 4 pillars for healing. It's a great tool that you can utilize. It really maps out the elementals that our own personal choreography. It's an amazing tool to really assist you and guide you. So if you're called into that realm, the world of energy healing, energy medicine, practitioners, artists of energy healing, practitioners usually. But the evening of elemental energy, it's a light, sound, vibration, adding that to your healing venue, and the spirit of the elementals. It really is just adding energy medicine to your practice through the realm of the elements. I utilize it through the skin and the body. It really is like feng shui for the body, utilizing these elementals. Reading the language through the skin and the body. It's just a whole it's a choreography, really, around just the elements. And we also have the Musing Moon meditation. The full snow moon is going to be up on YouTube here shortly, arriving today. Going to upload that to my channel. Be sure to look for that. But today on the Elemental Highway, let's just change this up a little. We are streaming into the Chinese New Year. Have you watched actually the replay of the Chinese New Year from Saturday, the Yin Water Rabbit? That is in the Rising of the Origins. It's on my Facebook page. You can join the group. Check that out if your soul feels called for some more insight into the animals. But today we have a young earth rat of a day. So the weekend was actually a blaze of fire. It was probably very productive. You're probably doing some creativity. Time flew by. That's how it was for me. Just getting things done. More so than the norm, actually. But today we have the mountain. Remember, the mountain, we go to the mountain to tell the mountain our secrets. We do have a lot of water, cold water, though, from the winter. It's not melting yet. The mountain, it's like being called to go to the mountain and tell the mountain our secrets, things we need to let go of, getting into the flow. Maybe you need to get a panoramic view, taking in the view from the top of the mountain. So from all seeing sides, that's what perspectives are. Water is actually losing steam because we're moving into the spring in just a few days. And the Yin Water Rabbit really takes form. It's integrating. So just make sure you've been cleaning your house. The stars flew to different areas. The center of the house, actually I was going to put that on, but I forgot. But the center of our house holds the 4-star associated with the element of wood. So believing to reign in the growth, the stability, prosperity, that's kind of what's happening. And rabbits produce, right? My neighbor's got rabbits, and boy, she's got to keep them separate. But it's associated with the spring, a period of growth, bursting through the snow. It's renewal. It's the color green, it's family, it's community, it's villages. I think we're going to have more community gatherings more so this year than any other. And we move from period 8 into period 9, which is a whole nother cosmic story. But this energy may really help to improve our relationships, bringing balance and harmony to the home, the village, the neighborhood. However, our day today is cold. It's very cold in the end of the ox season. The water is frozen, the snow on the mountain, slow moving waters, the kidney, the bladder meridians, the spleen and the stomach, lymphatic circulation, water circulation. So water, the opposing force is fire. Fire activates. And the lymphatic system, which is also opposing force to water, needs to get moving basically. But cardio is a fire activity. It really gets the heart moving, right? Blood moving, I should say. Red blood circulation. So those are the elements. Our day needs fire to control the waters and produce more resources for our earth, our day, and nature to break through the coldness of the cold, frozen, wet earth. Myself, I'm going to go with fire today. Faith, the other world, spirit, fire beings, candomblé, dreams, dream big and hold that note. Wood as well. You could also bring in nature as an element, transformation, keeping the faith, the visions, planting the seeds, the notes, the tones that you're holding, and holding that tone for days, months. Hold it out into the future, your future life. So since it appears the shells are actually winning, I'm actually going to take a break today. I'm going with the Fae for our messages. The fairies, they come in sometimes and I just feel them and then they're just poking at me. So I'm not letting you choose. I'm doing a collective muse today. So with the fairies, we've got, he's called Faf the Footer. He's a fairy challenger. Maybe you can tell he's all about the feet. So he's about fairy challengers are fears, denials, inner traumas, insecurities, delusion, confusion. But today we've got Faf the Footer. He's bringing them to the forefront, all of these things, testing our alertness, our awareness, insight, knowledge, wisdom, and even our dedication to our own growth, our own magical being inside of us. But these aren't tests, these are more initiations. And in the process of learning them, they move us to a higher level of being, into our essenceness. And the 58, the number 58, this is committing to a new attitude, a new thought process, one that really elevates us. And we then have a new heartfelt belief. And if we are able to commit to this new attitude and a new way of belonging, maybe you find you belong with a new village, a new set of friends, a new place to create, also called a career. But Faf the Footer is about being real. It's about earthing, grounding, centering. He's actually known as the foot fungus fairy along the Fae. So he comes actually in to check our feet. Just as life becomes surprising and very interesting, sometimes not necessarily fun, he comes along to check our feet. He picks up 1 foot at a time, looking them over for fluff in those in-between, in the toes and whatnot, dirty, trimmed, untrimmed toenails, smelly feet, need a pedicure. That's kind of his thing. And if he finds any signs of disrespect for the Earth Mama, walking on the earth with our grubby feet, uncleansed, bad toes, etc., he then marks them by putting holes in our socks. He literally sends mice to eat our shoes if things are really bad. So we're kind of forced to dance barefoot in the dewy meadow under the moon. However, if it happens that we have snow, like I do, instead of dew, that's just our own tough luck. Being that he is otherworldly, though, this is a message that help is on the way. We need to get back down into the earth to become grounded. It's kind of urgent that we do so. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it does feel impossible to connect with the earth. Sometimes we like floating around off in our own little joy molecules and our joy soap bubbles, if you will. I call them joy molecules, but it's a call to really come back to the earth. It's time to ground. So the world is full of sharp edges for those bubbles, those molecules to really run into. And when they pop, we then tumble down into the hard ground or into the dark and dangerous waters below. We got a lot of water today. The better choice is to just bring ourselves down gently into the embrace, the earth rituals, or alternatively, we need to learn how to fly properly. So we've got some options. Alternatively, this message can also speak of those who draw their energy from others rather than from source, knowing we're connected. So ecstasis is a song, I've talked about this before, having lost awareness from our fundamental connection, connecting to spirit. So this could also indicate that we've lost our sense of ourselves from the whole and holy, and are seeing ourselves as much less than we actually are. So this transformative power of the fairy turns muck into magic. It turns dross into gold, the spinning, black despair into crystalline joy. As life grows out of death, then good things can grow from all the bad things. So that's kind of the message there. We're bursting anew, but we do need to ground. Grounding. That's the message there. Okay, following Faf the Footer, we have Tahitian the Sylph. I've talked about her before. Part of the helpline troop. These little beings like to play. They like to play around in the natural world. They like to practice natural magic or elemental magic. But the Fae, they're natural, they're erratic, they're poetic, they love poetry, they love laughter. Sometimes they're absurd, but they're also very, very wise. So these are the wee folk of the Fae. They're large, they're small. They're sometimes assist us in our day-to-day life, and sometimes they do add a little bit more confusion, only in an effort to be helpful. But they're also associated with the realm of the elementals, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the moonlight, the star, the galaxy, Uranus, all of them. Sometimes they do work together. Sometimes they work in troops. But the 45, this is about being mindful of where we belong. Then we're able to initiate an action, a new behavior, being mindful, being aware, and law of attracting that frequency. But Tahitian the Self, this is acute intellect, it's quickness, it's mental synthesis, it's discernment. So Tahitian, she's glitters, she glimmers, she's bright. She scatters a special fairy dust that really energizes our mind. However, energy is not everything in the realm of the Fae. The fairy dust that actually makes minds brighter as well as more energized is very rare. It's like unicorn dust. So she distributes it it's much less often. She doesn't share this dust. She's full of curiosity. She wants to go everywhere, see everything, and have every question answered. So she's like the 2-year-old that's always tapping at you or answering, why? So she wants to know all the things, even the things by their very nature that cannot be known to the conscious mind. She's reminding us that ideas cannot be confined. They're free, they're wild, they float, they're air. They move very fast. So some ideas are more contagious than the flu. They move literally quickly from head to head, sometimes illuminating, sometimes burning us out with a flicker and a flash. But the sylph is a fragment of the earth soul in fairy form. So in the realm of the Fae, light comes from not above, but literally from within. It's a spark. So like other fairies, the sylphs light up the world around them, energizing all who come into contact with them. But they're very quick with this radiance, this light. And we've got this light too. We can light up the world around us with our own auric fields. Sometimes very few of us have actually learned this mental discipline of how to do it, to be able to perceive this light even. But she's the awakener. She's the one who startles us into seeing and thinking in new, exciting ways. She loves to sit in on teenage, college, high school, those kinds of conversations, those little discussions about the profound questions of life, what you're doing with your life. She's full of these bright ideas. She's willing to discuss them at length. She's not even bothered whether the discussions are making any sense or not. Ideas with wings. Ideas float on the winds. Even the leaves, actually, the leaves blowing in the air. That's her joy. That's her jam. It's about mental stimulation. That's her game. So her nurseless flight, like thought, popping everywhere, it's not bound by the rules of math or momentum, stuff like that. She can radically shift direction, gears without notice, more quickly than a hummingbird. She's a thought processor, a thought surfer. I know all about this. But being that she's otherworldly, she's fluttery, she's fickle, she's flying by night. She's not reliable either. So it's one of those you must be joking kind of moments. So here we are likely to maybe get into arguments merely for the sake of excitement, opinions, mental fizz, the arguing, petty quarrels are taking place. Maybe there's some mental irritability that could create a problem. So all of this could be rectified if everybody involved makes a conscious effort to become earthed and calm. I'm telling you, today's a day to ground. Mental flights, fancy, the hummingbird mind, all that's kind of fun and twittering. But until ideas are brought literally down to the earth, they really accomplish nothing. So the ideas are just off in space, and to manifest, we got to bring them into the earth plane, channel them down through all of our energy centers. So we're kind of being shown to manifest and to ground today. That's stage 2 and 1, right? Is to ground. And following, we've got the topsy-turvets, which I can't believe it. The 51, this is when it actually starts to get fun. Actually, that's 21. But 51 is a mind game, the mind game with our heart. It's always, what does our heart want? What does our heart think about it? What is the mind's attitude? When the heart rules the stage, the mind then obeys. We then are able to open and accept and receive these memos. It's the bounty in the balance. But the topsy-turvets, they're also part of the helpline troop. So I would literally say help is on the way. We've got a troop here. But this is a change of our viewpoint. It's fresh looks, new ways of seeing. It's the mountaintop perspective, which is the big mountain today. So often when life appears confusing, that's when the turvets come to visit us. And even if they're upside wrong, they're upside right, it doesn't really matter because they're all over the place. Nothing draws them in like a bed of mental muddle. So they don't cause our disarray. We're actually very amazing at doing that for ourselves. We get in our own way, and also for others. Our mind is a tool. They're actually attracted to this frequency. So confusion is actually an important stage for growth. They delight in helping things grow, adding spark to that. They live everywhere, not only just here. All the dimensions need their help. However, they are exceedingly busy. There's so many of them. They're quite prolific. There's a lot of them. And just knowing that the topsy-turvets have shown up today, this really indicates that somebody needs to kind of look again, making an effort to see things from a different point of view, a panoramic perspective. So it kind of suggests that confusion may exist because we are asking the wrong questions, or possibly, maybe, perhaps, we have made assumptions that are incorrect. So we have run into the brick wall built of those misconceptions. So the turvets are asking us to literally back up, to question or assumption, or try to see things from a different point of view. Other people involved in the muddle, the mental mind. They're asking us to let go of our attachments to our own point of view and to see things differently, to stop saying things like ought or should, especially about other people. Most empathetically, they're suggesting that we start trying to see things as they authentically truly are instead of how somebody else thinks they should be. So this message is also kind of a warning that somebody involved is the question or the issue at hand. Maybe they're mentally upside down or possibly even sideways. Just knowing that it's otherworldly, when it's turned sideways, it's only worse. So it's kind of suggesting that things need to really be looked at from a new angle, a new perspective, and we need to back off from our own personal emotional entanglement and look anew, having that panoramic view. Kind of confusing just saying that all out loud, right? And myself, I got to update my calendars, but much of this apparent confusion about the issue was actually caused by a faulty point of view. So it's almost like getting the honest opinions of others, and then we can look at our own. Where if we become defensive or in denial, that's just going to cause more rift, more difficulty. So just try imagining that you are looking at the situation from the point of view of each and every person or frequency involved. So this is not an exercise in deciding how things or others ought to see things, but discovering how they really do see them, because we all see things from a different I almost wanted to say, of different DNA strand, different data, different point of view. So words like ought to see that, or it's not useful at this time. Just knowing that they've showed up, they're turned the other way. So another point of view. It's time to go to the mountain. It doesn't really suggest that it may be useful to draw another message sometimes. Sometimes we need to look at the other cards around independently. But I think that's what we need, especially with a young Earth day, a different perspective, a different point of view, and just know that help is actually on the way. And remember to pause to listen for these subtle hints from the Turvets. They're really kind of experts in the mental muddle field. So with the messages, it kind of feels like we're turned inside out, upside wrong, holding the force. I believe it's healthy to question everything myself, to stay curious. Seeing things through a new set of eyes is kind of the message here. It's time to harmonize our frequency, our soul's harmonic within us into a cohesive whole, that soul's harmonic. We all carry this, and use love as the asset, the main ingredient, and know that we are divinely connected. Allowing the flow, that's the first message, was feeling not connected, but knowing we are. So allowing the flow, the waters, to create the boundaries with the mountain, the earth, and the meadow, and gently guiding that energy. So in the grand scheme of things, try to value yourself, elevating your inner value through the process. That's kind of the energy, and assume that all things are greater. They're fantastic, not worse. And kind of gather in the estimates, the values, giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt, the thumbs up approval rating, the high fives. The more we lean in towards the optimistic venue, the positive, the faster this energy ignites and manifests into the whole, the essence of the dust of the sylph. So what is one manifesting? Balance and harmony, the soul's harmonic, the seed sounds of your personal seed note. So with that, I would affirm that I am manifesting, maybe choreographing my soul's harmonic, rooting that energy, that harmonic, into the seed of self-love that really elevates and excels us where we belong. And so with that, day 3, the rising of the origins, is tomorrow. Choreographing, connecting the elementals and the subtle energies, which are our chakras, together. Hopefully I will see you in the portal. Ashe and blessings. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the other side.
I was getting out of, the chaos. And the person I married was really very calm and very low key, which was totally opposite to my mother. So I thought, I was going to really change gears here. But what I discovered later is that there are two kinds of narcissists. There's the overt, loud, brassy narcissist. And then there is the covert, quiet, still very dominant and controlling narcissist. I just went from lane 1 to the, shifted from the right lane to the left lane. And my life got more and more complex, more and more difficult. I had a lot of children. I started my writing career during those days as kind of an outlet for me to have something for myself. So there was that piece of it that was good, that I was doing, and it involved some personal development. I was always working on myself because I figured if I can get good enough, I can get strong enough and mature enough, all this